Welcome, everyone, to Young at Heart, session number 181B. In short segments, the continuation of Truman Capote's A Thanksgiving Visitor. If you're just tuning into this, see the previous one, 181A, and we'll just pick up right where we left off for just a few pages. People are starting to come in to this Thanksgiving feast, offered primarily by Miss Sook and our young author, Truman Capote. Here we go. And so it was. Some while ago, I had a letter from one of the Conklin sisters, now the wife of a naval captain and living in San Diego. She wrote, "I think of you often around this time of year, I suppose because of what happened at one of our Alabama Thanksgivings. It was a few years before Miss Sook died. Would it be 1933? Golly, I'll never forget that day." By noon, not another soul could be accommodated in the parlor, a hive humming with women's tattle and womanly aromas. Mrs. Wheelwright smelled of lilac water, and Annabel Conklin like geraniums after rain. The odor of tobacco fanned out across the porch, where most of the men had clustered. Despite the wavering weather, the alternations between sprinkles of rain and sunlit wind squalls. Tobacco was a substance alien to the setting. True, Miss Sook now and again secretly dipped snuff, a taste acquired under unknown tutelage and one she refused to discuss. Her sisters would have been mortified had they suspected, and Uncle B too, for he took a harsh stand on all stimulants, condemning them morally and medically. The virile redolence of cigars, the pungent nip of pipe smoke, the tortoise-shell richness they evoked, constantly lured me out of the parlor onto the porch. Though it was the parlor I preferred, due to the presence of the Conklin sisters, who played by turn our untuned piano with a gifted, rollicking lack of airs. Indian Love Call was among their repertoire, and also a 1918 war ballad, the lament of a child pleading with a house thief, entitled, "Don't Steal Daddy's Medals, He Won Them for Bravery." Annabel played and sang it. She was the oldest of the sisters, and the loveliest, though it was a chore to pick among them, for they were like quadruplets of unequal height. One thought of apples, compact and flavorful, sweet but cider tart. Their hair, loosely plaited, had the blue luster of a well-groomed ebony racehorse. And certain features, eyebrows, noses, lips when smiling, tilted in an original style that added humor to their charms. The nicest thing was that they were a bit plump, pleasingly plump, describing it precisely. It was listening to Annabel at the piano and falling in love with her that I felt odd Henderson. I say felt because I was aware of him before I saw him. The sense of peril that warns, say, an experienced woodsman of an impending encounter with a rattler or bobcat alerted me. I turned, and there the fellow stood at the parlor entrance, half in, half out. To others he must have seemed simply a grubby 12-year-old beanpole, who had made some attempt to rise to the event. By parting and slicking his difficult hair, the comb grooves were still damply intact. But to me, he was an unexpected and sinister, beg your pardon, but to me he was as unexpected and sinister as a genie released from a bottle. What a dumbhead I'd been to think he would simply show up. Only a dunce wouldn't have guessed that he would come out of spite, the joy of spoiling me for this awaited day. However, Odd had not seen me yet. Annabelle, her firm, acrobatic fingers somersaulting over the warped piano keys, had diverted him, for he was watching her. Lips separated, eyes slitted, as though he had come upon her disrobed and cooling herself in the local river. It was as if he were contemplating some wished-for vision. His already red ears had become pimento. The entrancing scene so dazed him, I was able to squeeze directly past him and run along the hall to the kitchen. He's here! And that is our short session for now. 181B is finished, and in a short while I will post. See that? Everything's getting upset. Odd has arrived. I will post 181C, and you can watch it now, tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. God bless. See you shortly. Bye.